Hi and welcome. I'm Jay Garcia, co-founder and chief scientist at Modus Create. We recently acquired Atlas Authority, a leading Atlassian partner renowned for its end-to-end consulting and marketplace applications. This acquisition reaffirms Modus Create's commitment to providing an even deeper level of support for clients looking to maximize their Atlassian investment. Today, we'll talk more about the acquisition and the future of the Atlassian ecosystem. Joining me today is the founder of Atlas Authority, Boris, along with our Atlassian director, Josh Kochelik, and VP of Partnerships, Chris Nicosia. Welcome, everyone. Boris, let's kick things off. Tell us a little bit about your background and industry expertise.
I was at Atlassian for 4 years on the Jira support team. I was a product manager for an internal ML tool that we worked on to try and reduce churn. I felt like there was an opportunity to offer a higher level of touch service to our customers. So I left and started Atlas Authority, which was a Atlassian consulting company focused on, really large enterprise customers and the specific subset of challenges that they faced. And over time, we grew into kind of a more general Atlassian partner, as well as a Atlassian marketplace vendor where we sold apps to kind of solve customer needs.
What's your perspective on how joining forces with Modus helps expand our reach within the Atlassian ecosystem?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of opportunities in combining forces here. I think specifically for customers, right? We can now bring a lot more capabilities to bear. We have a security practice which can extend, it does its own security work, but that can also be applied to running Atlassian applications and Atlassian related processes in a more secure manner. We have custom development practices, so we can come in and help customers build unique integrations and extensions to their tooling, and then just on the core consulting portion, right? We have a much more broad set of skills on the bench. So as customers come to us and need, for example, like Atlas Authority prior to the acquisition was not experienced at ITSM, right? It just wasn't something that we did. And now by partnering with Modus, we're able to kind of cross-pollinate and help, the Atlas Authority customers with the Modus skill set and support Modus customers with kind of the deep enterprise expertise that Atlas Authority team members bring.
Chris, you are the granddaddy of the Atlassian practice here at Modus. And throughout the years, you've taken us from just focusing on a single tool to now obviously a suite of tools and the acquisition of Atlas Authority. So I'm wondering, over time, how have you adjusted our services to meet our growing client demands?
So I would say when we started out, it was very much what are the customers asking for, and let's stick to those things, right? And a lot of that was around single project implementation. Sometimes it was helping them move from one platform to another, like server to data center. And a lot of times it was maybe just one person on the project really helping drive that forward. And there's a lot of business process improvements, change management, is what we hear a lot. And what we're seeing is, especially with a lot of the acquisitions that are taking place across multiple industries, a lot of people need to not only merge a lot of their different Atlassian instances together, but they need to find ways to kind of transform how those are being used at the same time. So a lot of times, not only will we do the merge, but we're really helping them with those change management aspects. And that is really where we've seen a lot of increase over the last year. And making sure that we don't just do the merge and migration, but that we stay on afterwards to see how we can help them optimize their configurations.
What do you tell clients or prospective clients about advantages when it comes to working with Atlassian partners to meet their goals with Atlassian tools?
When people come to an Atlassian partner in general, they are going to get some defined expertise through working with them. So for example, they find us usually on the partner directory, and when they come work with us, we have tried and true experience working with Atlassian products. We have certified individuals, which you can see. There's accreditations. So you're getting a lot of just kind of those qualifications out of the way up front, working with the partner. In addition to that, we are cloud specialized. We're at the platinum level. We have our enterprise badge. So we have all these extra certifications and things on top of that. In addition to that, we are just named Partner of the Year for services. So, we really do stand among the top of the partners in this ecosystem. And that is a testament to the quality of services that we've provided in the few years that we've been an Atlassian partner, that we've been able to grow this quickly. And with Atlas Authority joining us with the marketplace apps and the really senior experience that their team brings, it's going to just really accelerate that even more. So I'm really excited to be able to offer that capability. In addition to that, of course, we have license resale. So that's an important area where we help our clients understand their license strategy and figure out how we can potentially save them money on their licenses as well. So all those things combined are really good reasons to work with an Atlassian partner on anything that you're looking to do with your Atlassian products. And I think something that we do really well as Modus, and we've translated into our Atlassian practice as well, is taking our experiences on the solutions that we have provided to our clients and turning those into blog posts, videos, sharing them with the world through presentations, meetups. And that's helped us grow and find a lot more clients because we are presenting problems that they are actually trying to solve themselves, and it resonates with them. So that has been really helpful for us, is that we are able to show that that experience that we have actually translates into how this tool can be used in the wild and what actually works when you look at some of the documentation and their suggested best practices versus what actually works for software teams, Scrum teams, Kanban teams, right? In the real world, we actually have that translation.
Josh, if you could describe one word, which is the top most challenge that your clients are facing in the Atlassian ecosystem, what would that be?
That's kind of hard. I mean, I think there's probably a couple you could go with. What comes to mind right now is like cohesion. They're looking for customers that are using the Atlassian stack. A lot of them have been doing it for a while. Some of those ecosystems are well built, and some of them aren't. But they're having a hard time getting like high level product development or product management skills or abilities from the tools, or high level reports across the organization. So they come to us for our skill set around the Atlassian tools. We also have obviously partnered with AHA and other plugins that do that program management. And so that's where we find a lot of value right now, helping teams build out the tools properly and understand how to use them to get that really high level ROI.
I'd like to take a moment and pivot the conversation around cloud migration. This is something that Modus has experienced and a lot of our clients have experienced. So how does Atlassian actually help with migrating to the cloud?
We are seeing in fast-paced evolution of the assistant tools that Atlassian has provided for their clients to actually do these migrations. And as partners, we work really closely with Atlassian on these tools and expose some of the hidden features of those in the more complex migrations that we're doing. I think, in terms of the future of the migrations, using those tools to kind of give companies a way to start fresh in cloud is going to be really helpful. In the past, it was kind of, you have to take the entire instance, back it up, and restore it to cloud. Now, as these migration assistants become more and more advanced, we have options where we can still bring over a bulk of the data, but we can really choose what we want to bring over without having to sacrifice a lot of data loss. And I think that's really exciting for some companies to say, hey, we have a lot of configurations and customizations that we have on server, and we just kind of want to start over, but we can't lose the historical data and we can't lose some of these workflow configurations. How can we get the best of both worlds? And I think these assistants will give us that opportunity, which will really aid in our ability to help the customer with their transformation efforts after they get to cloud.
Yeah, and let me add something to that. We're not speaking about this only as a team that migrates customers from on-prem to cloud. Like, we sell apps, we have migration assistant integrations. We were the first, I think, production ready Confluence cloud migration app. like before the Confluence Cloud Migration Assistant was even released. We're constantly seeing migrations happening on our backends. The tools are rapidly evolving. We're having to update it, to keep pace with it. It can be a little frustrating almost how fast it's moving, but that's a good thing for customers, right? Because it means that things are getting better, and it's quite measurable, and it's viscerally felt both by our dev teams and I think the different experiences that consultants have from one migration to the next of how much easier each migration becomes.
Josh, I'm going to toss this one over to you. What's one tip that you could provide Agile teams leveraging Atlassian tools to be better at what they're doing?
One we see a lot of is either people have this approach of like Wild West, and they open the doors and let everybody have admin access and build their own little worlds in Jira, or that's the opposite. And usually neither one works at all. There needs to be a level of governance and decision making and analysis of what you're putting in your system and what you want it to look like. So yeah, limiting admins, but not trying to lock the system down.
Yeah, I think that with Cloud Premium now offering kind of this native sandbox feature, right? Like this is also, opening up the door for a lot more, like, let's say, cowboy type admins to be given access, right? With mitigated risk. And I think that that's both empowering of the individuals. It protects the risk element of the organization, and it helps to solve kind of this narrative of like, oh, Jira is owned by IT and like we hate it, and it's like all these like lockdown processes, so there's that. And then the whole team projects thing of allowing smaller teams a certain degree of self-governance, though that has its own challenges.
I'm wondering, out of what's been announced thus far, what are you most excited about?
Data lake and analytics, that is currently in enterprise, but I'm sure it will trickle down to premium and standard eventually. As we start to include more and more departments in the use of Atlassian tools, obviously we have a lot of them in Confluence already, but as a lot of our HR teams, onboarding teams, accounting, finance are using Jira Service Management, and maybe even start using Jira Work Management, it will become the place where a lot of the internal work is happening. And so having analytics around that is going to become even more crucial so that we can get the information out of that we may already be getting out of our sales tools and other tools that we're using in other parts of the organization.
Thank you so much. Folks, this has been a fascinating conversation. I want to thank all of you for joining me here today. This has been an exciting time for both Modus and Atlas Authority, and I cannot wait for the ride ahead. Take care, everybody.